Alright, welcome to today's video. So what we are doing is we are moving on in 1994 Waec biology. So what we are doing is question 32. Which of these is not part of the appendicular skeleton? Option A, clavicle, vertebral column. C, scapula. D, femur. E, humerus. So when we are talking of axial appendicular skeleton, it has to do with the limbs, and you know that we have the upper limb and we have the lower limb. The upper limb, it has to do with the limbs, your foot. I don't know how to draw the skeleton. It looks like this is the femur. This looks like this. I don't know how to draw it very well. So this is your femur. This is your leg. And this is your foot. So this is the lower limb. So this is an appendicular skeleton. Now, they said which of the following is not part of appendicular skeleton? We have two types of skeleton. We have the axial skeleton and we have the appendicular skeleton. I'm not saying the type of skeleton. I'm saying the type of skeleton in terms of human skeleton. I'm talking of the forms of skeleton. I don't know how I can say it based on the location of the skeleton. Because if I say types of skeleton, we have three types of skeleton: hydrostatic, types of skeleton. We have endoskeleton, we have exoskeleton. But when I'm talking of the skeleton, I'm trying to talk about is the position. That is, we have axial skeleton and we have the appendicular skeleton. Axial skeleton, it has to do with the skull and the vertebral column. While the appendicular skeleton, it has to do with the limbs, and we have upper limbs and we have lower limbs. Lower limbs are the region, the limbs, your leg, your foot, your femur. While the upper limbs, it has to do with your hand. That is your humerus, your hand, and that's just it. That's the appendicular skeleton. So it means femur is appendicular skeleton, humerus is an appendicular skeleton, clavicle is part of upper limb, so it joins with the humerus at the humeral joints. So scapula also is part of upper limb, but the only one that is not part of them is vertebral column, because vertebral column is an axial skeleton, so it can never be appendicular skeleton. So answer here is what? Option B, because it is telling us which of these is not part of the appendicular skeleton. Let's go to number 33. Which of the following factor does not control population growth? That is, if we want to control population growth, we want the population to be controlled. We don't want the population to grow too much. Option A, food shortage. When there is no food, you will not tell people when they will reduce the number of children they want to give birth to. The person that was thinking of giving birth to 10 children, when he noticed that even when there is one children, we are not eating very well. You say we should go and give birth to another one. So because of that person will not want to give birth to much children. So when there is food shortage, there will be control to population growth. But number 33, when there is emigration, that is, people are moving out of the country. That is, people are what? Moving out of the country. So that will also we create more space. That is, the population will not grow very much. Option C, abundance of food. When there's abundance of food, that's when people will keep giving birth. Even if they can give birth to 100 children, they will want to do so. So when there's abundance of food, it will not control the population growth, but it will increase the population growth. So that will be what? Option C. Predation, when one lion kills an organism, kills human being self. So that human being that was killed will reduce the population. So that one also will control population growth. Option E, natural disaster, maybe earthquake, and many people lost their life through it. So that also will control population growth. So our answer is option C. So let's go to the next question. Now the next question still does. Let me try to check whether there's no other question. Okay. Option number 34. The following conditions. Okay. The following conditions form the basis of competition in habitat, except I told you earlier on in one of the videos that organisms, they fight for food, they fight for space, they fight for reproductive mates, they fight for light, but the only thing that is odd out there is that they cannot, body structure is not the basis of competition. So our answer here is option E. So number 34, the part of the hair which equalizes ear pressure on either side of the eardrum is the what? The answer is eustachian tube. This is the eustachian tube that is that equalizes ear pressure on inner side of the eardrum. So take note of that. Number 36, mutation leads to evolution in that it. What's mutation? Just ask yourself that. Mutation is like the gene is being altered such that maybe a parent has a particular trait or character. That character will have been altered due to mutation. So it means when the person gives birth to a new child, the child is going to have a different gene apart from the parent, because the gene of that parent has been altered. That's when you see children not resembling their parents. You see some traits that is strange in the children. What causes it? That is mutation. So option A, mutation leads to evolution in that it's number 1. Option A gives rise to organisms which have the same characteristics as the parent. That is wrong. No, they will not have the same characteristics as the parent. Option B kills all organisms where it has occurred. No, it will not kill them. Option C gives rise to new individuals which differ considerably from their parents. That is yes, that's the answer. So that's the what? That is the answer. That it gives rise to new individuals which differ considerably from their parents. Always confer. That no, that's wrong. Does not. That's also wrong. The answer is option C. So let's try to do more questions before. Okay. Now here is a question. They said the process whereby poisonous compounds are made harmless in the liver is called deamination. No, this is the removal of amine on all those groups. Glycolysis, this occurs in cytoplasm. That's doing respiration. That's different. Anaerobic respiration. Option C, dehydration. That's removal of water. That has nothing to do with poisonous compounds. Now detoxification. They have something called toxin. Toxin is like poisonous substance or compounds. So using English, detoxification means removal of toxin from, and they are made what? Harmless in the liver. So the answer is option D. So denitrification, that is removal of nitrifying things or other things. So answer is option D, detoxification. So that's just the answer. So let's go to number 38. Number 38 states thus: the deficiency of calcium in a plant may result in. If you notice, calcium is important in humans, in our bones. Calcium is very important in our bone. It helps to develop a strong bones. So, but in plants is somehow, because plants, they don't have skeleton like we do, though they will have some structures that function as skeleton. So option A, they have stunted growth and poor development. Poor growth, leaves become orange or brown. Yellowing of leaves. Whenever you are seeing yellowing of leaves, it has to do with deficiency of iron most of the time. Though potassium also deficiency is also yellowing of some of those things. They also have like yellowing of leaves, because iron is not the one that its own deficiency is not always the time the determining agent of causing yellowing of leaves at times. So, but in all those orange, brown, yellowing of leaves is not deficiency of calcium. The deficiency of calcium is stunted growth and poor root development. So take note of that. Let's go to the next question. Question 39. Which of the following is the least safe method of birth control. So we have lots of ways of birth control. Birth control is just like part of family planning. So we have types of ways where we use family planning. One of the methods is using contraceptive pills. We have using condoms, spermicide creams. That is, the spermicide cream is rubbed on the vagina or the vulva, so that when the sperm is being ejaculated on it, it's going to kill the sperm, so that the sperm will not fertilize the egg in the womb, in the oviduct where fertilization takes place. Then intrauterine device, that is the device that will be placed in the uterine tube or uterus. So this device also it prevents birth control. Now withdrawal, this is where sexual intercourse is ongoing while a person withdraw the penis from the vagina. This method is not safe, because when withdrawing the penis, the person may have ejaculated some sperm into the vagina not knowing. So this method is not safe. So it is most method that people uses and end up getting pregnant. So this number 39 is what option E. So that's that. So let's go to the next. So that's that for today's video. You can consider liking the video, share it, and comment. Thank you for watching today's video. And if you are watching this on my YouTube channel, subscribe, click on the notification icon. God bless you. Thank you.